Hey, what's good? What's gravy? What's going on? It's your girl, J. Carter, pastor at the Change Church. And y'all know I'm jumping online, hitting you with another video. So before we get started, we haven't done it in a while. Don't think I forgot. We're going to go ahead and do our positivity card. Oh, it says, I am beautiful and everybody loves me. Y'all know we speak positivity in the atmosphere. We love positivity. We love peace. Okay. But it's a serious conversation that we're having today. And I'm going to try my very best to be on my best behavior. Okay. So it's time to have the present homosexual conversation. It's time for us to talk, girls. So there was a video I did a while back, actually like 2 videos ago, and I explained that one of my homegirls, hey boo, came out and she reached out to me and basically was sharing some of her concerns. And I said in that video that I was going to do this video. This just happens to be part 1 of this video, okay? So let's just dive into it. What are we waiting on? Let's just dive into it, okay? So, 1, your relationship should be strong enough for this conversation, okay? Your relationship, the level of communication that you guys have should be strong enough for this conversation. It's a little difficult to have over the phone. It's a little difficult to have in a letter or a video visit. It's a little difficult. But the conversation must be had, ladies. It gotta be had. Between you and him, you don't have to express it or share with anybody else, especially people who are not trustworthy. So be very mindful of that. But the bottom line is your relationship should be strong enough for this conversation. Boo, 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 boo. Should be strong enough for this conversation, okay? One thing that I've come to find out counseling a few married couples is that a lot of times people are not honest with their desired sex life. They say, oh, yeah, I like regular sex. Yeah, regular sex is fun. And really, they don't like regular sex. They want the freaky dicky, sex. They don't want the regular sex. They want the spit sex, okay? The spit sex. And which is cool. There's nothing wrong with that. And for those of you that don't want that type of sex, don't worry about it. It ain't meant for you. What I'm saying is, a lot of times one spouse wants something and the other spouse either have no clue that they want this, or it's out of their lane. Just out of who they are, their character. So, 1, your relationship should be strong enough for this conversation. If you guys get into this conversation and they react a certain type of way, your relationship may not have been strong enough for this conversation. Okay? And you want to make sure that you both are honest. Now, true enough, he can tell you whatever he wants. He can say whatever he want to say, and it may not even be the truth. But when you decide to ask this question, make sure you're ready for a real answer. Make sure you're ready for the truth. As a woman asking a man certain questions, and I'm going to prep y'all in video too. I'm going to prep you. But a woman asking these questions, there's a certain way it has to be done. Okay? 1, just the relationship should be strong enough. If it's not strong enough for this type of conversation on its truthness, get out that relationship. Sorry, get out of it. You want to make sure that this conversation does not rip you guys apart. Okay? All right. Number 2 is this is to the ladies, if you, as a partner, as a spouse, as a wife, if you are a toxic person, do not have this conversation. Because when you are a toxic person, whatever, and some of y'all don't even believe y'all toxic. Y'all don't even believe it. Y'all don't even know how toxic y'all are. Okay? But when he shares, or if he shares, that this is a thing, and it's kept between you and him. The last thing a man want to hear when y'all getting into it, and that's why you're gay. Like chill with all that. Chill with all that. You need to chill with all that. Chill with all that. Bring it down, because y'all be tripping. And so, if you one of those type of people, do not ask him these questions. Don't have this conversation with him if you're toxic. If you know you can't argue without going below the belt, if you know you can't argue without clapping in his face, because y'all know y'all be doing that, it's nothing. Looking all crazy. Stop that. If you know that's how you argue, don't have this conversation with him, because this is a sensitive topic. And a lot of men who have been raped or abused, they don't even like speaking on it. For those men who happen to be homosexuals, their first and third and second experiences were not always great. And so the thing I'm saying is, if you are toxic, and you know toxic traits now, don't make me list them. But if you're a toxic person, don't have this conversation. If you know eventually you have the ability to tear this man down, and you probably would, don't have this conversation. Don't talk to him about this. Let this be something in the back of your mind, and it'll always be back there, because no, we're not going to do that, sis. So, third, understand the terminology regarding homosexuality, especially in the older generations. This generation, we have things like non-binary, cisgender. We have a lot of different terms that can seem extremely confusing. So a lot of times, men in prison are extremely familiar with the traditional terms, such as gay, queer. Those are traditional terms, okay? Some might even say gay for the state. That's a term. You understand what I'm saying? So watch your wording, your terminology, the vocabulary that you choose to use. Because we all know men egos are very, very fragile. So you don't have the right to come tearing down his ego because you feel some type of way. The fourth thing I want to ask you is, since you're having this conversation, be honest with yourself if you are open to the idea of your spouse possibly being gay for the state or bisexual. This is a thing, and I'm a pastor, okay? And a lot of people will not agree with this of what I'm about to say, but I do not care. Let me be clear. I do not care. I shut down emails and phone calls. I asked that lady that called me acting crazy. Listen, this is your marriage. I have no right to tell you to stay or to go, to leave. I can state an opinion on here, and you choose to do whatever you feel is best for you. Okay? Because I don't know you like you know you. I'm just putting it, I don't know you like you know you. I don't know you like that. I don't know you like that. So, think about it. Are you okay with knowing your spouse have had some homosexual experiences? Are you okay with that? Don't ask your homegirls. It's not about your homegirls. Don't ask your sisters or your mama. This ain't about them. This is about you. Are you okay with knowing he was gay for the state? And ask yourself this before you ask him. Before you ask him, you need to prepare yourself. Prepare your mind. Prepare the reaction that you may get. Because some people just ask things all willy-nilly. Listen, you need to be strategic with certain things, okay? And this is a sensitive topic. You would want your husband to be sensitive with you, be strategic with you, if it was some things that you had yet to get off of your chest. Like, babe, you act funny when Uncle so-and-so come around. Did Uncle so-and-so touch you as a kid? If you hadn't processed that or be healed from that, you may even feel offended by that. So make sure you put yourself in their shoes, okay? So number 4, make sure you're completely ready for whatever the answer may be. Be completely ready. Because sometimes we not. We think we ready. But are you truly ready for him to say, yeah, I done something like that twice, 3, 4, 5 times. 10, 11, 12 every day. Are you okay with that? Like, ooh, are you going to treat him funny afterwards? Like, I was calling you like the king of my castle. I was calling you Big Daddy. Now I'm going to have to call you Little Daddy. Like, come on. I know I make it comical at times, but truthfully, are you okay with it? If you okay with it, do your thing. That's your business. If you're not okay with it, that's in part 2. Hang tight. That's in part 2. Hang tight. What I'm saying is prepare yourself. Because the first answer that they're going to say is no. Every man's first answer is going to be no. Did you hear what I said? Every man's first answer will be no. It will be no. And you got to be okay with that. Because this is not a one question conversation. This is not a one time conversation. That's not what this is. And if you're the type of person that can't handle the truth, which is okay, it's a lot of people out there, can't handle it. Just can't handle it. Don't ask them this question. The last thing that I'm going to bring up on this particular video before we move into the next piece of it is going to be their reaction. From my experiences, men that are super homophobic tends to be also the ones that have had those experiences and have enjoyed them willingly. My personal experiences from men who are extremely homophobic, very fearful to even be around homosexual men, or even to have a conversation with them, or to be cool with them. Not necessarily kicking it and being friends, but what I'm saying, even the mere thought of them walking by them, or the thought of them being close to them, and they're homophobic. 9 times out of 10, they have had experience. I'm going to get it together. And they have enjoyed them. So, I'm going to go ahead and close it out here now with those 6, I think it was 6, that we talked about. But I want you to really process it. Do your research. Pay attention to what he is saying and what he is not saying. This is not me bashing anybody that is in prison. Y'all know I'm a proud prison wife. Come through here, honey. But this is being honest. This is being very candid. This is us really talking. We have to have the prison homosexual conversation. Why not do it today?